What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So today we are reviewing the Nectar Premier Memory Foam Mattress, how it actually feels to sleep on every night, and who I think it's going to work best for. I'll also quickly compare to the Nectar Classic, the Luxe, the Thick Ultra Memory Foam option, and the hybrid model. So by the end of this video, you're gonna have a clear idea of whether or not this mattress is a good choice for you and your situation.
Quick heads up, I've put affiliate links in the description for everything we're covering. If you do use them, I earn a commission at no extra cost to you, which does help support the channel.
Now, starting with the basics, delivery and setup were very easy and simple. The mattress actually showed up on time, and it was a big, heavy box. So it does help to have someone with you when you carry it into the bedroom. Now, once I cut open the plastic, it started expanding right away. It took a few days to fully puff up and for that new mattress smell to kind of fade away, which is normal for a bed in a box. Now with Nectar, though, you're also getting a 365 night sleep trial, unlike what most other mattresses brands offer, which is no more than 60 to 90 days when it comes to the trial. You also get a lifetime warranty and free shipping and returns. So you've got plenty of time to see how it fits your body and your routine, and you're covered if anything goes wrong with the mattress itself. So before getting into the layers, in case you're not familiar with how firmness works with mattresses, I'll give you a brief explanation. Think of a simple scale from 1 to 10, where 1 feels really soft and 10 feels really firm. Most mattresses land somewhere between 3 and 8, and most people end up happiest somewhere in the middle. The Nectar Classic sits a bit on the firmer side of that middle, around a 6.5. The Premier comes in a touch softer at about 6, so kind of like a true medium. The Nectar Luxe drops down into a much softer feel, roughly 3 to 4 on that same scale. And the Thick Ultra Memory Foam mattress sits right at the plushest end with a deep cushioned feel. The hybrids mirror those firmness levels, but feel a little springier underneath because of the coil. Now, as far as what these are made of, they all start in a very similar way. You first have a breathable cover on top, which is the fabric you actually feel when you lie down. Under that, you do have your memory foam comfort layer, then a transition foam layer, and then a thick support foam base that holds everything up. On the Nectar Classic, that memory foam layer is about 1 inch thick. It's slow to respond, and it does give you that dense, traditional memory foam feel. But because it is fairly thin, you hit the firmer foams underneath a bit quicker. So you get a slightly firmer, more on top of the bed feel, which is why the Classic ends up being the firmest option in the lineup. Now on the Nectar Premier, which is what I've got, the overall stack of layers is very similar, but the big difference is that the top memory foam layer is doubled. So instead of 1 inch, you get about 2 inches of that slow responding foam before you reach the transition layer and the base. That extra inch might sound small on paper, but you feel it right away when you lie down on your bed. The Premier feels softer and more cushioned than the Classic and gives you more of that deep contouring hug around your shoulders and your hips. It also feels a bit more dense and just a little less bouncy than the Classic, just because there's more memory foam up top. And that's what puts it right in that true medium zone on the Firmness Scale. And it's actually made so that it accommodates most people. Then you've got the Nectar Luxe and the thicker Ultra Memory Foam model, which both take things softer than the Premier. The Luxe adds even more memory foam, so it feels clearly plusher and is really geared towards strict side sleepers who want maximum pressure relief. The Ultra goes even deeper into that plush territory with a very thick comfort system and a more enveloping feel. So that's kind of for people who really like to sink in, especially on their side. Nectar also makes hybrid versions of these beds where you're getting that same general comfort feel up top, but with pocketed coils underneath instead of only foam. The coils do add extra support and a bit more balance, and they're going to be a better match for heavier sleepers who want that Nectar feel, but with a sturdier base. So in terms of sleeping positions and body weight, the Classic, with its thinner comfort layer and firmer feel, it does suit better for back and stomach sleepers who like to stay more on top of the mattress, and heavier sleepers who don't want to sink in too much. The Premier, which is the one that I personally prefer out of all of them, sits right in the middle, and it's aimed at a wide range of sleepers. It gives back sleepers just a nice mix of support and pressure relief, and it can work for a lot of side sleepers too, especially if you're in that light to average weight range. The Luxe and the Ultra, they're better if you're a strict side sleeper who wants the softest, most pressure relieving feel, And if you're over about 230 pounds, the firmer classic or one of the hybrids is usually going to hold up better over time and keep you better supported, while the softer models will feel extra plush and may let you sink in a bit more than you're actually going to like. Now, in my case, again, I ended up ordering the Premier, and there are a few reasons why. I'm a bit over 200 pounds, about 202 pounds, and I sleep mostly on my back with some time on my side. On my back, the Premier feels excellent. My hips sink in just enough to feel relaxed, but my lower back stays nicely supported and in line, so I don't wake up with that tight, sore feeling. Now on my side, it does feel comfortable, but as a heavier side sleeper, I'm right on the edge of wanting something a touch softer, especially if I spend the whole night in that side position. However, my girl is lighter than I am, and she sleeps mainly on her side, and for her, the Premier is very comfortable. Her shoulders and hips sink in just enough to avoid pressure points, and she doesn't feel like the mattress is too firm. If we would have gone with the Classic, the bed would have probably felt a bit better for me personally, and for stomach sleepers too, in case that's, your most common sleeping position. And it also would have provided more pure support, especially for someone heavier like me. But for my girl, it would have likely have been too firm on her shoulders. Now, on the other hand, the Luxe or the Ultra would have given even more pressure relief, but for me, at my weight, those softer models would have allowed a bit more sink, especially through the middle of the mattress. So the Premier ended up being that kind of middle ground that worked well for both of us, which it's a big plus if you're trying to find a single mattress that suits two different sleepers. Now looking at some of the finer points, starting with the cooling. The Premier does come with a breathable cover that feels slightly cool to the touch when you first lie down on it. And combine that with the design of the foams underneath, it does a pretty good job of keeping the surface from feeling overly hot for a memory foam bed. If you sleep very warm and you want the coolest option in this family, the Luxe and the Ultra, with their more noticeably cool covers and the extra cooling materials, will sit at the top of the Nectar lineup for temperature, but the Premier holds its own and it never really felt stuffy during my testing. Now, if you sleep with a partner, there are two more things you really want to think about: motion transfer and edge support. Motion transfer just means if you're lying down on one side of the mattress and your partner moves around on the other side, are you going to feel that motion or not? With the Premier, it handles motion transfers really well, and that's not too surprising, given, it has that thick layer of slow-moving memory foam right up top. Now, that foam does a great job soaking up movement, so if your partner rolls around at night, it isn't going to transfer too much to your side of the mattress, so hopefully you can stay sleeping. Now, you also want to think about edge support, which means if you're sitting or lying down near the edge of the mattress, do you feel secure or do you feel like you're going to roll off? With this mattress being an all foam bed, it has decent edge support, especially for lighter and average weight sleepers. But for someone of my size, again, I'm about 202 pounds, sitting near the edge, it does collapse a little bit under the weight. And lying near the edge, sometimes I do feel a bit that I'm going to kind of just roll off, but it's not terrible. So for me personally, and anyone my size, and if you like to sleep near the edge, you're either going to want to go with something firm like the Nectar Classic model, or like me, go with something like the Saatva Classic, which is a little over Nectar's budget, but it does make me feel, better, especially at that very edge support, unlike what you get with the Nectar.
If you want to check out what we're covering today, we have affiliate links in the description. Using these earns us a commission at no extra cost to you, which really helps support the channel.
Now, as for the overall feel and responsiveness, the Premier isn't going to be the mattress for someone who wants a super bouncy, springy surface. The feel here, it's dense and slow moving. You lie down, the foam gradually conforms to your body and then slowly returns to shape when you move away. That's exactly what helps with pressure relief and motion isolation. The nice thing is that it still doesn't make you feel stuck. You get that slow memory foam feel, but you can still change positions without too much effort. So it lands in a nice balance between contouring and ease of movement. All right, bottom line, would I recommend this one? Well, if you mainly sleep on your back or a mix of back and side, and you want a true medium feel with a dense, cushioned memory foam character, the Nectar Premier is a very solid choice and will suit a lot of people in the light to average weight range. Again, as long as you're not over around 230 pounds. If you prefer a firmer, more supported feel, especially for stomach sleeping, or if you're on the heavier side, the Nectar Classic is going to be the better fit. If you are a strict side sleeper who wants the softest possible option and maximum pressure relief, The Nectar Luxe or the thick Ultra Memory Foam mattress will sit at the plushest end of the range. And if you like the idea of coils for that extra support and a bit more bounce, or you're just a heavier sleeper who wants that Nectar feel just with a sturdier base, the hybrid versions are absolutely worth considering. All right, that's going to be it for this review. I hope you found this video helpful. And if you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to see more videos just like this.
And don't forget, you can find the affiliate links for what we covered right below this video. And if you do use them, we earn a commission at no extra cost to you, which helps support the channel.
And as always, I enjoy hearing your thoughts. So go ahead and leave any questions or comments down below, and I'll get back to you as fast as I can. Finally, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.